Hello, this is Mr. Chabry. We are here to talk about the new DLC coming to Pokemon Sword and Shield. If you know Pokemon from the past, often what they'll do is release the base games and then have a third version coming out where they update it and add new stuff. It looks like that is going away, and instead, they're going in favor of doing DLC, which basically fills the role of the third version. I think this is actually a pretty cool idea. Instead of having to buy the game again and do all the stuff you've already done before you can experience the new stuff, this is just adding the new stuff straight to the game you already have. So I think that is a cool idea that I'm glad to see. I'm actually excited to see that going forward. But anyway, these two DLC packs are called the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra. Continuing with the medieval theming of the Pokemon games of this generation. So these two DLC packs will add some new story elements, side quests, have you. The Isle of Armor, the main story of that is you go to this area to do some training. I'm actually interested in seeing if it changes for if you've already beaten the champion, or if you try to do it before it. Maybe they have it where you have to beat the champion before you do the stories of the DLC. But I think this is a very cool idea. In it, you go to this island, of course, and you train, and that's where you find this Pokemon called Cub Fu. So Cub Fu is a new Pokemon. It is a fighting type bear. And it actually has two different forms that it can evolve into. Its evolved form is called Urshifu, but it has a dark type form and a water type form. I'm not totally sure what the stat distribution of this Pokemon will be after it evolves, but I'm very interested in seeing that. The Crown Tundra is more about exploration. So in it, you go to the far northern reaches of Galar, and you explore this tundra area that not a lot of people go to. And the main Pokemon in that one is Calyrex. So it's this legendary Pokemon that is in control of the Crown Tundra. So with this DLC, we're also getting some new Pokemon and some new forms of older Pokemon. So the first one that they've already added to the coding of Sword and Shield, if you've already updated it, you'll know that Galar Slowpoke is in the game, and it is there. You can actually go and get it. However, you cannot evolve it until these DLCs drop. So there's an item in the Isle of Armor that lets you evolve your Galar Slowpoke into Galar Slowbro. But in the Crown Tundra, there's an item there that'll let you evolve it into Galar Slowking. So basically, whichever one you would rather have, there you go. And I think it's a very interesting thing, adding Pokemon with DLC. This is something that I think they should have done a while back. And, it would have prevented, legendaries being leaked as soon as Pokemon games are released. Because that's a thing that happened once they released, X and Y. People already knew, about Volcanion and Hoopa. Everything was already out there. No surprises. But with this, they can actually add legendary Pokemon in, and people, not know everything about them already as soon as the games drop. So with that, we get new Galar forms of Slowpoke, but also some new Pokemon. There's these two Reggie-looking Pokemon that were shown off. We don't know their names. We don't know if they're Galar forms of the Reggies that already exist. I highly doubt that, because they look totally different, and it would be weird, Galar Regirock being an electric type, it's got rock in its name. So I think these are going to be new Reggies that represent more of Galar rather than, Hoenn. So we have this electric type one. A lot of people are calling it Reggie Shock, because, that makes sense. And there is one that looks like it could be a dragon type. A lot of people are calling that Reggie Drake. So people are already thinking they know the names right there. But we don't know for sure. And honestly, I don't know what these Pokemon will be like. I feel like, where the Reggies have more of an emphasis on the defenses. Like Registeel is a really good defensive Pokemon. Regirock has high defense. Reggie Ice has high special defense. I feel like these might be a more offensive side, however. So I feel like the Reggie could have really high special attack. Reggie Drake have really high attack. That is just my guess, my thoughts throwing out there. We also get to see Galar forms of the Kanto birds. They actually haven't came out and said that these are the Galar forms of the Kanto birds, but I mean, looking at them, it's pretty obvious that it is. We have Galar Articuno, Galar Zapdos, and Galar Moltres. We don't know if their typing is different. They look like they actually contain the same type, you know. But it is very cool seeing that these new Pokemon are being created. It's very interesting. And also with this DLC, some Pokemon are gaining Gigantamax forms. So some of the Pokemon they showed off with new Gigantamax forms are the starters. Rillaboom has a new Gigantamax form where it has a giant drum set, and then the leaves on its back are basically being used as arms to help drum. Gigantamax Cinderace is on a giant fireball, and the Gigantamax form of Inteleon is on a giant sniper post, and it looks like it's got a rifle in its hand. So some new Gigantamax forms of those. Also, Venusaur is getting a new Gigantamax form where its pedal goes in on itself and it helps defend it, I guess. And Gigantamax Blastoise has so you think Mega Blastoise is crazy for having, you know, cannons on its arm and its back. Gigantamax Blastoise has tons of cannons on its back. There's like a bunch of cannons in its shell all coming out. It's like a giant battleship on legs. So that is the new Gigantamax forms for those two. And also, another cool thing with this DLC, the thing that I am most excited about, a big part of a thing that I'm excited about, a lot of people were upset certain Pokemon not making it into Sword and Shield. They're gone out of the coding. With these DLC updates, they will be adding some of the old Pokemon that aren't there. So soon we'll be able to get Garchomp back in the game. All the legendaries that we missed, like Entei, you know, all of those Pokemon are coming back. I don't know if all of the Pokemon are coming back, but it is a good start. And you don't have to buy the updates to get these Pokemon. When these updates drop, there will be an update Sword and Shield wide that will allow for you to be able to trade these Pokemon in. So if you don't want to buy it, but you still want those Pokemon, have a friend buy it and let them send you the Pokemon. Or just use the surprise trade. And I'm sure you'll be able to get some of these Pokemon once the DLC drops. So, do you like this? What do you think about this stuff? I think it's very interesting. I think this is a cool new direction, and I'm actually glad that we're getting some of the Pokemon back. We're getting some new adventures out there, new stuff to explore. I feel like Galar is kind of barren in terms of exploration, and since we're getting some new areas as a part of the game, that's going to hopefully add some more exploration for us. So if you like this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I will see you in the next Pokemon video.